Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I am finally up to episode number 7. The name of this episode is A Honeymoon, Rockier Than the Mountains, and They Ain't Lying. All right, without further ado, let's get into this recap and review. In the aftermath of the last episode, tensions arose at the end as Orion lets Lauren know that based on her past sexual history of having had sex only a couple of months before they got married. So Orion is troubled. He declares that sex has been taken off the table for him. He expresses curiosity about Lauren's feelings, sensing that she's uncomfortable. Lauren feels judged, questions why her past influences that decision of the present intimacy. And Orion clarifies that's not the only reason. Orion, stop freaking lying already. Just stop lying. Stop lying. You lie too much, because he's really just not into Lauren like that. He's not feeling her. He's not attracted to her. He's just not into her. So he'll use any excuse to get out of this marriage. And that is what I really believe. As the conversation unfolds, Lauren is perplexed, as we all are, by how inconsistent mother freaking Orion's statements are. So he says that the sex past has nothing to do with his decision not to have sex, but then he says it has a little bit to do with it. Lauren gets fed up and she says, you know what, if you're going to go on and on about nothing, I would prefer to just have a quiet meal. She said, I'd rather just have a quiet meal, just don't say anything. We have this long section of uncomfortable silence, and then Orion says, you know what, I cannot do this quiet. Okay, I really want to discuss this, get it worked out. And Lauren says, is there any way we can just not do this right now? Okay. She says that there's no need for her to keep going around in circles. And anything I'm saying, I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm not doing this word for word. I'm just telling y'all what I saw. I'm telling you exactly what happened. I'm just putting it in my own words. Lauren has had enough emotionally and she's over it. Orion attempts an apology, but it's a sorry apology of if you felt like. That's not an apology, Orion. And that is exactly what Lauren says. She says, you know better than that. You know damn well that is not any type of apology that you give if you felt like. How about I made you feel like, so I'm sorry. That's how you properly apologize, Orion. Following the boat trip, Emily and Brennan engage in conversation about their future, particularly staying on the topic of religion. Emily and Brennan express mutual happiness. Emily is feeling optimistic, and here so is Brennan. Now they delve into the topic of religion. Emily is a Catholic, and Brennan, who is Jewish, they both face the dilemma of how they would possibly raise their future children. Emily reveals that she's open to converting, and she doesn't exactly know what that would entail, but she's open to it. She does not like the idea of her children being raised in Catholicism. She perceives their religion as very culty, and she really does not like it. Brennan appreciates Emily's open-mindedness and willingness to navigate the hard stuff when it comes to religious differences. Orion and Lauren. Is it just me that anytime you guys see Orion and Lauren in a scene, you're just very cringy? Because frankly, at this point, their entire relationship is very cringy to me, period. Orion, sensing tension, initiates a conversation with Lauren. He expresses remorse if he failed to support her. You did fail to support her. What are you talking about? Lauren probes into the issue of sex being off the table. It really bothered her, and it would bother me too. Questioning whether his reluctance to put sex on the table had to do with her recent sexual encounter. And I remember at the table, Orion saying, I take sex very seriously. I don't just throw myself out there. So in other words, he's basically saying that Lauren threw herself out there. So you're going to sex shame the girl. You're going to sex shame her for being open and honest with you. How do you guys get mad over somebody's sexual past? They wasn't with you then. I don't understand that. Doesn't make any damn sense to me. Lauren challenges Orion to stand by his mother freaking words. And she demands an explanation for him being a freaking, do I want to say hypocrite? That's not the right word. He's being contradictory. That's what he's being. Orion says, no, that wasn't the reason. And he's trying to apologize, and Lauren is rejecting the idea of an apology because she doesn't want that. She wants to know, Orion, why you said what you said. Be clear and say what you meant. Orion is always conflicted, but he admits that his previous statement holds some truth. You're finally telling the motherfreaking truth, and that's what Lauren said. You're finally telling the truth. Honestly, Orion, I would really love to know where your values really come from, because you're not merciful, you're not gracious, you don't, well, I don't know if gracious is the right word, but because gracious means something else. But you're not willing to give her grace, you're not merciful, and you're a liar on top of that. I think she's dodging a bullet by not having you in her life. Lauren, she is really disgusted at the fact that he is trying to say that her intention with this experiment didn't mean as much as his because she had sex 2 months prior. At this point, Lauren feels very judged. She doesn't think it's fair, and I don't think it's fair either. So Orion says that he was careless with his words. Lauren refuses to accept unfair comparisons and challenges Orion to understand where she's coming from. But you know what, girl? He's closed off because he's just really not into you. I'm really sorry. So anyway, the unresolved tension just hangs in the air like a freaking floating black cloud. We're here with Cameron and Claire. Cameron has a major concern after they did diving from the boat the other day. He's having pain in his ear. He needs to go seek medical attention. Claire hopes that he's okay. So now we're here with the gooey love gumdrop couple, Becca and Austin. They're talking, but they hit a road bump when Becca wanted to talk religion and Austin just shuts the conversation down. He really seriously dismissed her. What Becca said was it really hurts when she's trying to get close to somebody and they dismiss her. And by the way, that's going to become a problem later on if that's how Austin likes to handle issues. When someone brings up a serious issue, he wants to be dismissive. Yeah, that's going to become a major problem. Lauren shares that Orion has opted not to share the bed with her the previous night. Despite not sharing the physical space, they engaged in a conversation addressing the tension of that whole sexual history subject. Lauren let him know that she felt like she was being judged. Also opened up about the emotional toll that it was taking on her. She says that she feels alone. She feels like he's not supportive and she's feeling attacked. She said that Orion became emotional, admitted his lack of consistency. He basically emphasized that he doesn't care about Lauren's sexual past, but Lauren extends grace to Orion, which is going to be a running theme for this damn show. But she admits to feeling unsettled in their marriage. Brennan and Emily have a fun game of basketball or whatever the hell they were playing. They were having a very playful moment. She just passed a very innocent comment like, you don't like to have fun. She just passed an innocent little comment. It was a joke. You could tell she was just joking. The atmosphere shifted and now Brennan has an attitude. Brennan takes offense to that little joke and his face was visibly what the F, okay? And he literally says out of his mouth, I don't know how to joke or whatever the hell he said. Emily is like, okay, I don't really know what is going on with Brennan, basically. She doesn't want him to misinterpret her intentions. Girls, y'all gotta stop taking credit for the way these dum-dums feel. You cannot control how somebody feels. If they feel a certain way, that's on them. Please stop with that. I mean, Lauren does that and Emily does that too. It's not about what y'all are doing and what y'all are not doing. These people are just morons. Please forgive me if I mispronounce or sound weird when I'm saying Orion's name. It's not an easy name to say. Orion acknowledges the emotional turbulence of the morning, recognizing that him and Lauren were a bit offbeat. Orion expresses a need to sit in his emotions as the intensity of that day lingers. So Lauren extends grace to Orion, and maybe you need to take back some of that grace, Lauren. I'm just saying. Lauren says that she understands that everybody has moments of being less than themselves, and she reassures Orion that she's not holding yesterday's challenges against him or their marriage. So Orion opens up about feeling emotionally depleted, highlighting the toll that the conversation and the long day took on him. Lauren reciprocates, expressing that her emotions aren't leaving as quickly as she would like. Lauren emphasizes the importance of consistency in Orion's words. Girl, you're never gonna get consistency from him. I'm just letting you know. Like, obviously, he's just gonna be up and down like a motherfucking yo-yo. Lauren shares her need for reassurance, as there were moments when she really just didn't feel safe. She didn't feel like she could safely express herself. She says she didn't even feel like Orion was her husband. Oh no. Orion acknowledges the validity of Lauren's feelings and the fairness of her expectations. And Lauren reflects on both the challenging moments and the instances when Orion was at his best. So we're back with Cameron, and his ear troubles escalate. He sought medical attention at the resort. However, the doctors there aren't equipped to address that specific issue, so he has to go to a specialist in Cancun. Claire is deeply concerned about Cameron's pain, expresses her hope for a quick solution. So Austin and Becca delve into a discussion about their religious backgrounds because Austin says to Becca, I don't want you to think that I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry. But that's not what he said, but you know what? Close enough. Becca was raised Jewish, but she identifies as agnostic, and I don't remember what that word means, and I don't know if any of you know what that word means. So you know what that means? Let's go look it up. Agnostic. Agnostic, a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of nature, of God, or anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. So this person could be open to believing in God, but right now, at this point, they don't claim to have faith nor to not believe in God. They just don't know. Got it? Alrighty then. Orion and Lauren get into a candid conversation with Dr. Pia to address these recent conflicts. Lauren shares her perception that Orion believes he failed the marriage and her. Orion discloses a recent conflict where he mentioned that sex was off the table due to Lauren's previous sexual experience. Dr. Pia explores whether Orion still holds this view, to which he responds. Orion acknowledges feeling a need for a stronger foundation in their marriage, but sex is not off the table. Yeah, right. Dr. Pia delves into Orion's emotions, emphasizing the importance of a calm and respectful tone for him. Orion is influenced by his past family dynamics and fearing that toxic dynamic that reminds him of his childhood. Lauren clarifies that she doesn't see Orion as a failure and emphasizes her commitment to the relationship. And Dr. Pia introduces the concept of an emotional bank account where you're taking out and you got to put in, okay? And she's just basically encouraging positive interactions. Lauren expresses appreciation for Orion's willingness to seek guidance, while Orion requests more space to process his feelings. So now we get in a group dinner with everybody here. Claire explains Cameron's absence to the group. Here comes Cameron with, what is all this? What is all this? Is that 3 dozen roses? How many roses is that? I didn't count. Claire is like so appreciative of what Cameron did. And Cameron, you were really trying, and I gotta admire that. You were annoying me at first, and you might annoy me again in the future, but you are trying. Orion shares that he and Lauren had a FaceTime discussion session, whatever, with Dr. Pia, and he considered it their first relationship hurdle. Lauren considered it the second. It was really the second. Because we've been watching. I don't know why you reality people act like we can't like roll back the tape. I don't know if you realize this, but you're on television. Like we can literally go back and look at on demand and watch all your old stuff. First time, if I have to remind you, was when she made the joke that she made a mistake and made and she apologized. And the second time was that you had a problem with sexual past. Okay, that's 2. Orion says that they've been communicating and giving each other space. Austin and Becca discuss their different approaches to relationship discussions. While Becca emphasizes the importance of addressing hard topics early, Austin wants to do it his way, basically. Austin, you can't do things your way. You're in a marriage now. Okay, buddy? I'm telling you guys that the way he's wanting to handle this is going to be a bit of a conflict. I forgot to tell you about Cameron and Claire. I only told you about the flowers, didn't I? So Cameron and Claire reflect on their relationship dynamics, and they're basically aiming to transition from that friendship to that romanticness. Okay, that's what they want to do, and that's what they're trying to do. Oh, look, he's touching her again. Nice. So Brennan appreciates Emily's authenticity. So Lauren acknowledges her fiery personality and apologizes for the unintentional joke, which you've already apologized for these things already, girl. Anyway, sorry, again. Orion expresses the deep impact of that joke, finding vulnerability challenging amongst the other couples. So he basically, doesn't want them to know how bad down they are, but whatever. It's going to come out eventually, Orion. So Lauren encourages Orion to consistently share his feelings. She aims to create a safe space for him, but girl, he ain't doing the same for you. He ain't doing the same for you, okay? Cameron's health improves with medication. They put him on antibiotics. I guess he had an ear infection or something. Cameron and Claire embark on their marriage journey. Claire reflects on the initial communication challenges, way back when. She says that she basically wants things to be different and she expresses a desire to establish a new routine once they get back to Denver. Cameron acknowledges the need to address his habit of rushing ahead. So Lauren and Orion engaged in a late night conversation. I believe it went into the early morning, about 3 a.m. And they revisited their honeymoon experience. Why y'all keep revisiting this thing? Why can't we just leave it buried? Anyway, during this exchange, Orion reveals the lasting impact of that offensive joke. He expressed a sense of being the minority in their marriage, which he never wanted. Lauren takes responsibility for her words, and she acknowledges the repercussions from that make her feel extremely disconnected from the marriage. And she says she doesn't truly feel married. She's like she's with a stranger. Becca reflects on the significant milestone of moving together. That's what they're talking about in this bed here, and seeing it as a step towards functional adulthood. Becca emphasizes the importance of Austin consistently showing up and being himself. Austin, while acknowledging the merging of their two lives, expresses uncertainty about the specifics of living together. Becca reassures him that challenges they'll face step by step and day by day as everyone prepares to pack and get the hell out of here.
So for those of you who saw the unedited version, I am apologetically sorry, but things happen. Sometimes unedited stuff gets through. And I hope you enjoyed the madness, because it was crazy in here yesterday. And sometimes, you know what, everybody has their damn limit when it comes to their freaking neighbors. But anyway, aside from that, I had to add this into the clips because I cannot find the clip that I was actually talking over that piece. So I'm going to put it right here. So Lauren was talking to Claire. She was confiding in Claire at this point. She's actually in, you can't really tell, but she's hiding what looks like to be a wall, and in front of that wall is like one of those basket seats that face like forward. So Lauren is in there and she's crying. We cannot see her, but she's talking to Claire and she's letting her know like she doesn't know what happened. She says she just tried to hide it and keep it from the group as long as she can, but now she just cannot hold it anymore. She basically was just letting us know, or rather letting Claire know that, you know, she has no idea what the hell's going on in Orion's head. 1 minute he's up, 1 minute he's down, 1 minute he wants to work it out, next minute he doesn't, and she's frustrated. She's pretty much over it. Okay, but girl, you're not over it enough, because you keep taking that food back. You keep letting him like whisper in your ear and tell you stuff, and you keep listening. Because girl, there comes a point when you have to just cut people off and not accept their voice anymore. There comes a point when you have to just, I don't know, shut them out, shut them down. Why you keep giving this man so much mercy is beyond me.
We are back on this emotional roller coaster, and if it were me, I believe I said this earlier, Orion, you would have never had a chance to dump me, because I would have dumped your dumb ass a long time ago. Okay, because you're a flip-flopper, and if it's one thing I can't stand is a man who is not of his freaking word, and you are a liar. You're a liar? You're acting like you have so much morals, but you ain't got a moral bone in your motherfucking bony body. In a heartfelt conversation with Pastor Cal, am I recording? Okay. In a heartfelt conversation with Pastor Cal, Orion opens up about feeling offended by the derogatory term. Like he's still super offended, even though, if you guys can recall, he accepted her apology more than one time. Now he's coming back with it. He's so offended. So Pastor Cal acknowledges Orion's right to stand up. He has the right to be offended, but he encourages Orion to forgive. Orion struggles to accept Lauren's apology, citing ongoing emotional turmoil. So like, because Lauren gets mad and screams and yells or whatever, you want to go back to what you already forgave her for? That doesn't make any damn sense. And Orion was talking to Pastor Cal. So as I said, Lauren was confiding in Claire. She expresses her frustration and sadness and sharing that, you know, she really researches and tries to understand Orion's culture, but basically all of her efforts are for naught. Okay. Orion reveals a deep-seated hurt and inability to forgive. That is a very nasty, nasty quality, to have the inability to forgive. Anyway, that is a huge character flaw, Orion. You might want to seek counseling for that. And I'm not trying to be funny, but you might want to seek counseling for that, because that is not freaking normal. Pastor Cal proposes a conversation between the couple to de-escalate the situation, because at this point of the relationship, listen, it's gone a little farther than it should has in this relationship. So now I always want to say Dr. Cal, and I don't know why, because I know he's a pastor, not a doctor, but I always want to say Dr. Cal. But anyway, I did it again. Pastor Cal asks where Lauren is. The producer says she's right outside. So he calls her inside. So Lauren explains to Pastor Cal that she asked Orion if they were good on that conversation. Has he moved on or whatever? Maybe she didn't say has he moved on, but are we good? And Orion says yes. And then she says the next thing she knows, now they're not good. And it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. And it leaves her in a state of freaking confusion. She doesn't know where the hell she stands, and she doesn't know what the hell Orion is thinking. So Lauren admits that they had yet another argument, or I should say argument, because it was an argument. She got mad, she threw her ring off, and she said she wanted a divorce. And she admits that was wrong, And he says she was reacting in her passion, she was reacting in her emotions. Which, okay, things happen, whatever. What set Lauren off to make her throw her ring and say she wants a divorce is because she overheard Orion saying that she doesn't have his back when she's literally been here this whole time trying to keep him safe. That's like the word of the season, safe. And it really pissed her off to hear him say that. And that's when she got mad. All right. So Pastor Cal asks Lauren if she wants a divorce, and she says no. She just spoke out of anger. She was mad or whatever. Pastor Cal says that he needed to talk to both of them to get this hashed out and let Orion's feelings out, because he said he never really got to get out his real true feelings about all of this. And basically what it was about is that his whole community, his mom, everybody is going to be in judgment and have opinions on what transpired in the hot tub that day. And he says he used to get bullied. He said he used to get bullied as a kid, and for her, the first time he was bullied was by someone in his tribe. And then the second time was freaking Lauren's insult. He says he cannot forgive, and he wants this to be over. And Lauren gets up crying, saying no matter what she says and does, nothing is going to be resolved. Yes, it's not, because Orion's a piece of crap. Okay, anyway, that's how the whole freaking show ended. And guys, when I tell you, whenever I see these two in a scene now, I get such anxiety and stress because I don't know what the F's going to happen. I know one thing. I'm tired of seeing this man on my screen. All right, guys, that is the end. Please leave your comments in the comment section. I am through. I am mad. I'm through, all right. I'm through with Orion. I'm tired of his ass. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.